Hello, welcome to I'll Start Podcasting. I'm your host, Coxy Legend, joined as always by no one. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the AM here on Tuesday morning. I'm here by myself, of course. It looks a bit wet outside, it's a bit dark as well, but it is night time. So I've got QI on the background on mute, I've got my phone sat next to me on silent, and so it's just you and me for the next foreseeable amount of time. So let's jump right into things. First off, I want to cover a couple of quick reviews, things like that. I went and recently saw the new Batman Superman Dawn of Justice film. I'm not going to tell you my review on here though. You're going to have to go on to YouTube, find Mooch TV, and probably type in that Mooch TV Batman or something like that, and watch the review on there. I was a special guest on their show. And we went to a midnight showing at the Odeon, and then we went and reviewed it about 4:30 in the morning, something daft. So yeah, go on there, check it out, give them a like, give them a favourite, share it, subscribe, help the Moochment grow. Whilst you're doing that as well, go to iTunes or whatever podcast outlet you listen to, find the Kevin Gill Show. Check out Kevin Gill and some of his shows. It's in PMA, music, wrestling, whatever. Great show, great guy. Give it a listen. And now on with the show. Yeah, following on from my quick plug there for Mooch TV and the Batman Superman review, I also went and checked out the new 10 Cloverfield Lane film. I wasn't sure really what to expect with this one, because it was quite... when I heard it came out, I was like quite surprised, like most people, because they just announced it and it was coming out like 3 weeks later. But I wasn't overly keen. I saw the trailer. It looked alright, but I wasn't in a rush to go and see it or anything like that. I was pleased to wait for it to be on TV or something, or in the bargain bin in a DVD shop somewhere. It wasn't a bad film. It was alright, I suppose, in parts. It's one of them. It's quite a challenge when you're doing a film in such a small enclosed space with a small cast of people. Like similar films like the new Evil Dead film, the Evil Dead. I think it's all the same premise. It's quite difficult to do, but you can pull it off in the right circumstances. I think it's worth a watch if you've seen prior Cloverfield. Again, but 10 Cloverfield Lane isn't a found footage one, which I think helps, because I'm really not a fan of the found footage genre, really. So I reached out today on Twitter. I was stuck in work, a bit bored, I had nothing much to do. It was quiet-ish at the time. I went onto Twitter, onto my Twitter even, at Coxy Legend, if you want to follow me, or on Instagram at Coxy Legend 87. I asked for some topics off people. I got a couple of replies, so I'm just going to cover those now. First of all, Rachel sent in Wrestlemania. My thoughts on Wrestlemania. I've watched it. I think it was alright. It wasn't a bad show. It was alright in places. I think the main problem with it was it went on quite rather long. It's normally like a 4-hour show, or well, they say 4, but it finishes about 3 hours 45. This one went on, if you watch the pre-show as well, it went on for about nearly 6 hours. Quite a long time to be either sat at home or in a bar or a pub or club or whatever, wherever we're showing it. I was tempted to go to the Walkabout near me as they were showing it, but I decided not to in the end. I worked a 12-hour shift. I got in from work, I watched the pre-show, and then I pretty much just went to bed and I watched it. I watched the main show today before work. Yeah, it's the problem I have with WrestleMania is I base them all on my all-time favourite WrestleMania play has to be number 18. I've watched most of them, I believe. I think I've watched like 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 or 6 in completion. I may have started on 7 as well, but I can't remember. It's quite a while back, so I'll have to carry on with those. And of course, I've been watching them since WrestleMania 26, I think I've started going to if a pub would show them or something, I'd go down to a pub in Preston and watch them. I didn't get a chance this year though, but 32 it was alright. I wouldn't watch it again. I'm not in a hurry to watch it again. I probably need to at some point, but currently I've no plans to. Match of the night for me was probably the Divas match, I want to say. As I can't think what else was on the card. Yeah, it was. If you miss it, if you didn't watch it, you watched the pre-show or whatever. It was they scrapped the Divas title, as the women in the division are known as Divas, and they've now said they've essentially brought in the women's championship, and they are now regarding women equal as men, and by calling them superstars rather than divas. So there we go. Yeah, it was alright. But again, it's the start of a new year now, so with the Raw tonight kicks off. It's going to be everyone's tuning now to see what's happening. It seems to be it's not about so much WrestleMania anymore as it is the night after, to see what happens. That's my take on Mania. I did have more before. This is the third or fourth time I tried recording. I've had to delete things several times, so I just went off on a tangent, or didn't come out how I wanted to. I'm lacking the creativeness tonight to record. I wanted to get something. It's about half an hour, but currently I'm rocking about 7:20. By the time I've done up about 15 minutes, which isn't really what I want for today, but. After editing is things like that as well, but again to come up about 10 minutes. But I want ideally half an hour, but it's probably not going to happen. But I digress. Following on from that, another topic Rachel has given me was it's a tough one to cover, this one. For those of you who know, of course, and for those of you who don't know, it was widely reported on social media and in some of the websites of newspapers that former British wrestler Kris Travis lost his battle with cancer on Thursday, and he sadly passed away at the age of 32. Too young to be taken way too soon. He was a phenomenal talent when he was competing. From what I've seen, there's not a bad word said about him, apart from the odd bit Stephen Flood has put up about him. About him complaining about going to Scotland or London. But he was one of the true top talents of the UK, and he should have been. He was destined for greatness. Great things he'd already accomplished. I remember there was a show. First time I remember seeing him even was at the very first PCW show. However, I believe he was on an earlier company back in about 2006 called 21CW, which originated in Preston at a place called it was called PR1. I can't remember what the name of the venue now is called. It's changed names a lot since. But in PCW he had some phenomenal matches with the likes of Chris Masters, Lionheart, Kevin Steen, Fergal Devitt, aka Finn Balor, and even in other companies like Future Shock and HXC and Progress. I've seen him in his tag match with Madman against Madman Manson and Grado is one definitely to check out from Progress. I think it's on chapter 10 of their shows. Yeah, you will be missed, Kris, but you will never be forgotten. So rest in peace, buddy. Following on from that, on a lighter hearted note, I've got a few topics sent in from Big Evil on Twitter. he says to me, he said, Cunnilingus. I don't really know what to say to that other than, yeah, you should like it. Everyone should like it. There was, I found out today, typing it in on the likes of Google is not something you want to do. It's definitely not safe for work. However, going on Wikipedia and typing it in, it takes you to what it is, but it also says eating pussy redirects here. For other uses, see eat pussy. So that's a new one on me. Following that, he said Oxfords or Brogues. I'm not sure what he actually referenced beforehand, so I actually had to ask him. And he said it's essentially just a throwaway line from the Kingsman Secret Service film, which strangely enough actually got me followed by some random company in London on Twitter, just because I mentioned this. So I gave it about a week and they'll probably unfollow me, but I don't really care. Following from that, he also says hipster cool time. So of course in the past few years or couple of years or whatever, there's been the hipsters taking over, or sort of a lot more hipsters in recent time, sort of over the past few years. And it's, I remember reading somewhere about how the top knot seems to have disappeared, but it's the hipsters haven't. I'm kind of waiting for them to do a film of like Night of the Living Hipsters or Zombie Hipsters or something like that. They haven't done one yet, but no doubt they will do at some point. I know, or someone listening to this will probably steal my idea, but we'll have to wait and see. But you heard it here first. There probably will be a film at some point. Like they've already done Scouts Guide to the Apocalypse, so now it's probably like Hipster's Guide to the Apocalypse. Sit in a coffee shop and just wait for it all to finish, and yeah, I'll sit and play my NES or SNES or whatever. Bear with me 1 second, listeners. So jumping back into movie things, I was in a town the other day and I nipped into a pound shop. Well, I'm not going to say a pound shop, I'm not going to say the name of it. I try not to product place or advertise or whatever. However, I was sifting through and they have a DVD section. I like to go and have a look, because every now and then you can find sort of hidden gems, and today I found, well, not today because I didn't go there today, I went the other day, last week. I found the hidden gem of The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one, with Andrew Garfield? Someone with Emma Stone in it anyway. And it was sitting there brand new, wrapped. Normally they have a sticker on saying replay or not, so it lets you know it's been used, maybe played once and returned or whatever, or traded into somewhere and they've sold it off. And yeah, they had the brand new Amazing Spider-Man, which I wanted for a while, because I was going to pay about £10 for it a while back. I picked it up and I was like, no, I'll wait till it drops in price a bit. Because it was one of those, I watched it when I was in a bad mood, because everyone that I knew went to see it on the opening night and left me to it just left me to, I was sat at home, I think. No one thought to invite me. So I just sat at home watching, I think I watched an entire season of Breaking Bad in one night, because I was so mad. And I went to a shop the other day and bought the next season. I think it was like, I watched all of season 2 and I went and bought season 3 the day after. Because I love Breaking Bad. I'm not forgetting this past weekend I also watched one of my favourite films of all time, which is of course James Gunn's Super, Sorry, Rainn Wilson Ellen Page. I did try and do a review of this at one time. It didn't really end well though, unfortunately. But I will hopefully review it some other time. But again, it's another one you can pick up in the pound shop for £1, brand new. Well worth checking out. And quite funny. The Ellen Page, Rainn Wilson team up alone is sort of worth it because they do sort of work well together in a sense. On top of that, I've also bought the new Babe. I got the new Babe Metal album, Metal Resistance, I think it's called. Yes, it is. I'll be listening to that probably tomorrow or over the next couple of days, and I'll have my thoughts on the next episode, depending. But listeners, it's probably coming to the end of the show now, maybe. But before I go, I just want a quick shout out to Mooch TV. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook, like them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter at Mooch TV Dave, at Mooch TV Kris. Subscribe to their YouTube channel, like, favourite, share the videos. More importantly, share, get the word out there. On top of that, there's the Kevin Gill Show. You can follow him on Twitter at Kevin Gill Show and at OG Kevin Gill. Like his show on Facebook, subscribe to him on iTunes, and be one of the first to be notified of new episodes, things like that. It's a really great show. It's keeping the PMA. Hashtag LYD. Live your dash. So as I hear the music kicking in now, folks, that's probably going to be it's all from me. I've been Coxy. You've been listening. Thank you very much.